What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. So it looked like the Fever is making an announcement about Sophie Cunningham future. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Wnba. Let's get it. Let's go. So if you guys have not heard, the WNBA and CBA came up with an agreement to freeze free agency, man. They're trying to stop owners for pretty much telling teams to move forward with core destinations, send offers out to other players, and basically everything's still on pause. Now, with that being said, one of the biggest stars coming out of the WNBA season last year, Sophie Cunningham with the Indiana Fever. And what's crazy about Sophie's story is that Sophie was the only WNBA player that was the most Googled women's basketball player in all of 2005, bro. She beat out Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Paige Beckers, and Asia Wilson. Sophie Cunningham did. Arguably a nice role player, bro. Now, with that being said, she's due for a major payday. She's been on her podcast. She said the next city she want to go to, she want to buy a house, and this might be her last little stitch. I don't know, but she's definitely turning into a media personality, and she is a free agent, unfortunately. Now, this article right here came out about an hour ago, man. So this is where I'm getting this information from. It stated Fever announced Sophie Cunningham move amid of WNBA offseason. So let's click on this. Let's dive into it, man. The Indiana Fever had a message on Sophie Cunningham. So goes on to say Sophie Cunningham had a memorable first season with the Indiana Fever in 30 games, played in the 6'1" average guard, averaged 8 points and 3 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 1.2 steals, and 1.7 triples in 25 minutes per contest. Unfortunately, Sophie Cunningham campaign was cut short due to injury. The 29-year-old tore her MCL in her right knee in August, forcing her to miss the latter part of the year. Now, Sophie Cunningham was one of about 4 players that got hurt for the Indiana Fever. It was an ugly, ugly situation. And pretty much the worst thing that could have happened to the team, bro. Started with Caitlin and went all the way down the pipeline, man. Goes on to say Cunningham deal with the Fever was for 1 year. So yes, when Amber Cox did the Sophie deal, it was a 1-year deal. She is now set to enter free agency. Once the window officially opens on February 1st, the Fever will need to negotiate a new contract to keep her in Indiana for the 2026 season. Now, before we get into this, I heard, because I still be hearing stuff. Y'all ain't got to watch, but it's cool because I still hear stuff. I'm still plugged in. But with that being said, man, Sophie Cunningham allegedly, the Indiana Fever front office ain't feeling Sophie Cunningham. They wasn't feeling the tactics she was doing. They felt as if Sophie Cunningham was doing a lot of bad press for the team. And me personally, I don't think Sophie Cunningham will be on the Fever 2026 season. I hope I'm wrong. God, please let me be wrong because she is from my home state here in Missouri. But from what I was hearing during the season, at the conclusion of the season, is that they don't really feel Sophie energy. They weren't feeling Sophie energy like that. Now, I could be wrong, bro, but I highly doubt it. Now, the article goes on to say Cunningham recently concluded her basketball clinic in her hometown of Columbia, Missouri. She has now returned to Indiana as she continued to rehab her knee. So Sophie is still in Indy. I didn't know that. I thought she came back here, but she must have went back. Now on Monday, Sophie Cunningham attended a game at Gainbridge Fieldhouse Fever home court. The former Missouri Tiger star came to the stadium to watch the Indiana Pacers take the Boston Celtics. The Fever took to social media announced Sophie Cunningham off-season move. Sophie Cunningham in the house attending courtside tonight. The team posted. So I'm guessing the post is coming up. Now the Pacers pulled off the win, and Cunningham was attended. I don't know what that's going on to say, but y'all get what I'm saying. So the Indiana Fever definitely got to make some big time moves. But if you guys did not hear the news that happened yesterday, I was one of the first people to break you guys news about the story with the WNBA. We're going to replay some of that content, man. Peace out. Ona Shelburne, I believe she is a reporter for ESPN, senior writer for ESPN. She released a tweet about 37 minutes ago. It stated the WNBA and WBPA have reached an agreement on a moratorium for league business. Sources tell ESPN this is necessary because the sides had failed to reach an agreement on a CBA agreement or an extension by the January 9th deadline. So, with that being said, they have come up with some type of agreement. Now, I just want to look up something real quick before we dive a little deeper in this, because I need more clarity on this agreement, man. So I'm going to go to Google and look and see exactly what this means. So a moratorium is a temporary authorized suspension of an activity or legal obligation like halting debt payments, construction, or certain laws to provide a pause for review, reconstruction, or to address an urgent issue. The common types including financial debt relief, building development, and legal government capital fishing suspension, offering temporary relief but potentially increasing debt as interest. So, from my understanding, based off this little moratorium thing, hopefully I'm saying that right, they have decided to do this is not giving us a 2026 season. I do want to be clear there. I believe they reached an agreement to base this just a proper word to continue negotiations. If I'm reading this correctly, so as of right now, it's still basically they still don't have a WNBA CBA agreement. Now Alexa Philippou retweeted this as well. This is a very interesting story, man. We have been dealing with this for the last 24 months, I'm gonna say. And I don't know, man. A lot of people got in the comment section of her post and now Alexa Philippou, and they're talking about it. Ramona stated, didn't make sense for teams to be offering qualifying offers, core destination, or courting free agents until there was a new CBA agreement. So I'm wondering if the players is doing this to stop free agency. It That's what this tweet is saying. Somebody else said this is actually bad news for fans and coaches. Coaches will have to implement complex systems in a condensed offseason with very little time for players' development and chemistry building, which will hurt the product on the court. Now, sign replacement players. So that's what it's starting to look like, man. Maybe we could be getting a replacement situation similar to the 90 movie that we seen with Keanu Reeves, The Replacements, because that's exactly what it's finna look like, man. And somebody said the first 8 words of this tweet had me thinking we were going somewhere else. Right, man. Like it had got so bad, I straight had to Google what the word meant because I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't even know what the damn word meant. Now, this is not a good look for the WNBA players or owners, man. Y'all still can't come up with an agreement. Y'all still can't come up with a system in place to get us a 2026 season, because basically what y'all saying is that we still at the negotiation table. We still haven't made any progress in the current state of the whole negotiation situation. This is ugly. This is not a good look for the WNBA players. This is not a good look for the owners. And guess who suffered? The fans is suffering because we still don't know definitively if we even gonna have a 2026 season. Now y'all trying to use big words to try to say that maybe we is gonna have a 2026 season. We just gotta wait and see. And me personally, not a good look, man, because at the end of the day, fans and players need clarity. And it seemed like don't none of y'all know what the hell y'all doing. And we just sitting here now. Now we're just sitting here day in and day out. Y'all keep once again donkey in a carrot, bruh. This looking very donkey in a carrot ish. I just gotta be honest here with you guys. Let me see what Annie Constable said. Maybe Annie Constable might give us some more clarity on this. She stated the WNBA and WPA have agreed to a moratorium for league business specific for free agency. Put simply, qualifying offers or core destinations and signings will be paused for. So basically, like what we said, they pausing it. So WNBA and union agreed to freeze free agency as CBA talks drag on, man. So WNBA players and owners have agreed to a moratorium freezing free agency. A source familiar with the negotiation told for Sports Monday evening. As the sides continue to negotiate a new collective bargaining, the league's initial motion proposed was made roughly at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, the union felt it contained unnecessary language beyond simply delaying the free agency, according to a source familiar with the negotiation. It looked to remove that league in. And it goes on to say the WBPA received a response from the league Monday afternoon and accepted it. The motion will apply specifically to free agency. So basically, they're stopping free agency, man, including the sending of qualifying offers or core destination signing and all negotiation. The motion will end when a new collective bargaining agreement is rectified. So as of right now, they're using big words telling us it still ain't no damn 2026 season. Now, the glitch in the system is the results of from January 9th when the deadline paused and they did not reach a CBA agreement. Now, typically during free agent period, qualifying offers including core destination, similar to the NFL franchise tag, could begin being sent out on January 11th. We reported on that yesterday. Now, it's restricted qualifying offers are sent to free agents on expiring contracts with 4 years of service or player finishing the fourth year of their rookie skill deal. So as of right now, man, they stopping any talks with free agency. Now, Lexi Brown and Kalani Brown are the only players not on rookie contracts signed through 2026. Outside of this multi free agent deal, the conditions of the current CBA will remain in place as both sides continue negotiation. In this period of status quo, which I'm so tired of hearing about the status quo thing, because we're not like, we already like, I don't know what the hell they doing, man, but this is ugly because we constantly hearing about the status quo thing. We already talked about the status quo time after time again for the last 3 damn days. I don't want to hear about the status quo no more. I want to hear about a deal getting done. And as of right now, a deal is not getting done. This is a very, very ugly situation, and it don't look like it's going to get better anytime soon. I want to know what y'all thoughts is down in the comment section right now. Keep them bills on. I will be back with more content. And until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, bro. This WNBA stuff is getting ridiculous.